What's up, everybody? How's it going? I am Paul, half of Dads and Dice. Sounds like everything's good there on my end. We are here for another arena review. This is my monthly segment where I go over all the games that I played digitally this month and just kind of talk about them and see, you know, just a little bit about those games. So, Board Game Arena, I am playing quite a bit on there. I thought I played way less than what I did this month, but turns out it was a little bit more. Hey, Michael. Hey, Ken. Excuse me. But yeah, I thought I had done a little bit more now. With that being said, almost half of them are one game specifically. But the rest, you know, got in some games. So, with that being said, some of these games were played on our monthly board game night that we have here. And that is actually going to be coming up on April 21st, which is not today, obviously, but it is next Monday. So we're going to be doing our monthly board game arena night. We'll do that on Monday starting at 8:30 Central Standard Time. So if you want to come join in on that, feel free. We would be more than happy to have you on there. I just dropped our Discord link in the chat, so you can find our Discord there if you are not part of it. But we will be doing that next Monday. Yes, next Monday at 8:30 Central Standard Time. So, with that being said, very close. With that being said, we'll go ahead and switch over here and we can start talking about all the games that I got played. Michael might want to start thinking about something to play. Everything is so high tech. Yes, everything is getting there. We're slowly coming up. All right, so here we go. Moving to the actual Board Game Arena website. This is Board Game Arena. This is kind of what I do at the start of every time of these. Board Game Arena is a platform where you can play games digitally. Back in you had carrier pigeons for the async, right? It was B6, and you'd put that into your carrier pigeon. 2 weeks later, you'd get back C5 or whatever it is. That'd be horrible. But yeah, so this is Board Game Arena. It just has digital implementations of many games out there. I don't know how many. I'm going to say thousands of games. Definitely hundreds. But on here, you can just go on. You can play games real time with people that you are friends with. You can play games asynchronously. So kind of like Michael is saying with the carrier pigeons, except a little bit quicker than that. But with that being said, I will go ahead and drop my username in the chat as well. It's Paul Dads and Dice, Paul_Dads and Dice. Feel free to add me. Play any games at any time. I'd be more than happy to. So we'll go ahead and get started here. And how we're going to do it is we're going to go down the list from my most played games to my least played games. There was a total of 49 plays, total of 18 different players, and 22 different games. 4 games that were new to me. And this is from the last time that I did this back on March 3rd. The person I played the most with was Ian, and then the AI, and then Michael. I played with you the third most. Jeff, and then first Genesis, Patrick after that. So those are the people that I played the most with. So we'll go ahead and get started here with my number 1 game, and that is The White Castle. I played a ton of this solo this month. I had, let me see. I wonder if I can see how many actual solo and non-solo games I played. 2 solo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I played 7 of these multiplayer. either 2 or 3 player. I don't think I've played a 4-player game of this yet. Maybe I have. But then the rest have been solo plays. And so the White Castle here is, honestly, at this point, I don't know if it's my favorite game, but it is definitely making its way up there to being my favorite game. This is just a dice drafting game where you're going to be drafting dice off of these bridges over here. Only third. Challenge accepted. Yes. Go ahead and start as many games as you want with me, Michael. But yeah, so you'll be having these dice here. Depending on how many players you have, you'll have more dice. But you're going to be taking 3 turns per round. You'll take one, and then you'll place it, and then perform whatever color action is on is next to. You'll do whatever action is next to the color of the dice you drafted. There we go. Finally got it out. The pip value will make the actions either be cheaper or more expensive. So for example, this one is a 3. If you put this 4 on there, you get a coin. If you put a 2 on there, you have to pay a coin in order to do the action. In this game, you will have 9 turns total. Now that doesn't include all the combos and all the little bonus actions that you'll do in there, and that's what this game is mainly about, is getting all those combos and those bonus actions. And then you're just hoping to get as many as you can and get the highest score that you can. I was very happy with this game. I don't remember where it was. I forgot who I played it with, but I was actually able to clear my entire board for the first time. So I had all of my couriers out in the castle, I had all my warriors out here on the training yards, and I had all my gardeners over here out in the garden. And I believe I got an 89, and that is the highest score that I've ever had. I was able to clear everything from my player board. I was just in a roll. I saw all the combinations, I saw everything that I needed, and it was just terrific. I also joined the Better Mood Games Discord, and I'll go ahead and drop her link in here as well, that Discord link. But they do a monthly game. Well, it looks like I can't do it. I'll try to do that in a little bit. But they do a monthly game where they just play a bunch of them back to back, and the White Castle was the game that they had decided for March. So I was able to play that a couple times there. Last time I played, I had a crazy good. Yeah, those lantern bonuses, if you can get them right, oh man, it is like night and day between what dice you want. If you can get enough coins over here for the lantern, or for your lantern bonuses, you always go the lantern route because you can always pay that amount that you're missing on these actions up here. But yeah, so I got to play with the Better Mood Games Discord, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm just going to continue playing this one. I played earlier today, I had a solo game of it. I ended up beating the AI. So at this point, I think with the AI, I'm at a 30% chance win, or 30% win rate. And so that includes all of the other times, but it is getting higher and higher. And my average scores right now are about 60. So definitely getting better at the game. And that's what I really like about it. It's just learning it and improving every single time that I've played it. So that's the White Castle. Like I said, as of right now, I can't say it's my favorite game, but man, it's really, really climbing up that list very, very quickly. So yeah, that's the White Castle. The AI, it's super interesting because the AI can be very swingy. Like I've had a couple games where it scores in the 40s, and then I've had a couple games where it's like, 82, 84. And it's just like, wow, it can be just extremely swingy on what it gets. Generally, though, I think its average for me is around a 60, 62, somewhere in there. So I think as long as you're scoring in there, it can be pretty competitive. But yeah, that AI can really do some work. Okay, up next we have Stone Spine Architects. We played this one as our game night when we did our Board Game Arena game night. This was one of the games that we played. It is jumped up in points right at the end. Yeah, and if like you let it, if it's on the at the start of the Heron track, right? If it's in first place and it's just getting tons of coins, man, I've had a couple games where it's just got 20 points off the board alone, not even like at the end of game scoring, just 20 points throughout. And once it has that, you know there's really no coming back from it. So this is Stone Spine Architects. This was played on our last Board Game Arena night. This is published by Thunderworks Games, same people that brought you Lock Up, Cartographers, all those kind of games. It's in the same sort of universe. And this game is a drafting game where you are building out dungeons. So the goal is you have this blueprint here, and you are trying to place these items on the specific place in your dungeon. So you're going to have a 4x4 grid at the end of it. You're going to have an entrance and an exit. And throughout it, you're going to be trying to complete a bunch of different objectives. So on your turn, you'll draft a card, you'll put it somewhere on your grid, and you have to start line 1 for the first round, line 2, second round, line 3, third, line 4 for the fourth round. And like I said, you're just going to be trying to do a lot of little different contract fulfillment in a way. So you have your blueprints. Everybody's blueprints is different. This person needed a treasure map in their first one and a mountain terrain on their third one, and it looks like they got that. This one was actually bought after the fact, and you can buy things up here in the market at the end of the round to help you fulfill some of those goals. At the start of the game, there is always a goal card that everybody's going to be going for. So on this one, it's have the most gnolls in your dungeon. But at the end of every round, you'll be buying stuff from the market, and then when you're passing the market, you will then be coming up here and drafting a new challenge for you to fulfill. And then you'll be scoring those as you progress through the game. So the main goal, again, have as many gnolls as possible. This one right here is you're gaining a reputation for each goblin, each kobold, and each gnoll, and the 4 center ones. So he's trying to have more stuff here in the center. If he can get more gnolls, if he can get more gnolls, possibly from the market, that would help out both goals. So it's just a way of trying to strategize, get the best goal cards, try to make them synergize as best as possible. You'll also be scoring for how many ever rooms your leads from your entrance. So for example, here it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far. And then from the exit as well, you can have more connecting rooms there. So that is Stone Spine Architects. It's a really fun one. I really enjoy it. I don't recall exactly, but I think I was pretty far out of it when we played this one the other night. No, I won it. Ian was pretty far out of it. That's what it was. He ended up reading the goal card wrong, and there was really no coming back at that point. So it seems like if you mess up, there really is no big catch-up mechanic or anything like that. If you're out of it, you're just kind of out of it. And unfortunate for you, there's not much you can do to come back into it. So I got to play this one solo a couple times also. I forget the name of it. It's like something with a J. I don't remember. But they draft cards based on these symbols down here. The red, the green, the blue, and then there's a red one also. They will take stuff away from the market. They will take away a goal card, and they will score for specific stuff like that. So they just do a bunch of things to get in your way and take stuff away from you. So that is a Stone Spine Architects. Really enjoyable one. And I had 4 plays of that one. Up next, we have Bandito. In all honesty, I don't know if I like this game. I'm not sure. I had 4 plays of it. But so in this game, you start off with this middle tile right here, or this little square, whatever you want to call it, with 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this person's starting with 6 entrances. I've always played with 5 exits, or whatever you want to call it. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to place these cards and trying to block as many exits as possible. So the theme of the game is you have this little prison escape, and they're trying to get out through these tunnels, or they're digging tunnels, and you're trying to close them all off by putting guards on there. So for right now, you can see that this person has openings here, 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 and then on both sides of that. What I'm unsure about in this game, and I guess you can't really see it, is 3 cards come out whenever you're playing solo. And let me, well, yeah, this person. So we just can't see it because we're a spectator in the game. But 3 cards come out, and sometimes the cards are just not anything that you need. It's the worst cards that you could have, and you have to play them, which then opens up more spaces. So it feels like it really is just a lot of luck. It's probably not. I'm sure there is some type of strategy in the game that I just don't know. But I don't know. It just feels like a very luck-dependent game. And again, maybe I'm just missing something. That's totally fine if it is. I don't mind playing the game, just clicking stuff, trying to get it to close off. I've won it, I think, like once out of the, 15 times that I've played it. Maybe twice I've won it. But again, it just feels like it's a lot of luck. And maybe, you get better as you start learning the cards and what kind of cards are out there and how many of each and all that stuff. But in a way, it's also just a little bit more investment than I want to put in. The game sort of reminds me of like Trailblazers, based on the fact that you're making these routes and that you're connecting them and trying to close them out, and you're kind of at the whim of whatever card comes out. Excuse me. But I think I just like Trailblazers better in general. It's got a lot of other ways to progress in the game, to score and stuff like that. So I don't know. In all honesty, I'll probably continue playing Bandito because, again, it's just a very quick, let me click this button, let me put this here, I can not think about it kind of game. But it's not a game that I would ever really consider to be a very high, in-depth strategic game that I'd actually want to play with people. So that's Bandito. It's a game. That's what it is. So I had 4 plays of Bandito, and that was my number 3. And then up next, we played some A Feast for Odin. So I got to play this one solo and multiplayer, 2-player game of it. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've played this at 4 once in person. It's been a very long time that I haven't played this either solo or 2-person, even digitally. So, Feast for Odin, I've talked about it a couple times. It's a very heavy worker placement game that mixes polyomino tile placement in here as well. So you're going to be taking actions. You're going to be playing these cards that give you kind of some async abilities or some abilities that your opponents might not have. And then you're just going to be trying to gather new pieces here on this board by either crafting them, pillaging them, or buying them. You're going to try to get new lands that can help you get income, that can help you get other bonuses. Same thing, you can get more ships so that you can do that pillaging, so that you can trade your tiles for other tiles that are better. There's just a whole bunch going on in this game. You can get animals, and this is the Norwegians as well. So there are some fixes to the animals. I believe this is Norwegians, yeah. You've got the pig here. And I believe the difference with the pig is that it can breed no matter what, or it breeds every round. I don't know. Honestly, the animal strategy is like the one strategy that I've never gone for. But when you play solo, there's two different colors that you're picking. So you'll place one color on one round, the other color the other round, and then you're effectively blocking those spaces whenever you're switching colors. So again, I got to play this multiplayer, and I got destroyed. It was it's been a while since I've been destroyed in this game, and I did not do too well on it. Not that I win every game, but I was just I didn't do very well on it. So that was humbling. That was good experience. Either way, win or lose, I do enjoy this one. I would agree with you, Patrick. It is a piece de resistance. Have you gotten Civolution in? I'm glad. Or have you played it yet? I know you said that you were going to. We should play Ark Nova one day. It's a game that I haven't played in a long time. I think I played it 3 times in person, and I just decided I like Terraforming Mars better. But I want to give Ark Nova another fair shot. So we should play that one day. And then Great Western Trail. Good game. Great game. Actually, Devin should be in St. Louis tonight playing Great Western Trail, New Zealand. So we'll see. Arriving on Friday. Awesome. I want to hear everything about it, Patrick. So that's Feast for Odin. I had 2 plays of that. Up next, we had Harmonies. And Patrick, we just finished this a couple minutes ago. Maybe about an hour before I went live here. Could have been even sooner than that. My time is always messed up around this time of night after I've put Lola down for bed. But this is Harmonies. This is a good game. This is a really fun one. I really like it. It was one that was supposed to be played that Devin was going to show us at BGG Con or BGG Spring last year. I don't remember, but it was when it just released, so it was a very hot game, and we never actually got to see it. So I've only ever played it here on Board Game Arena, but I definitely want to try it, and I'm hoping that here in a month when we're at BGG Spring, it is available, and I can play it with my buddies. But in the game, there are 2 different ones. I don't know if it's an advanced version and then the basic version, but there is a version where you start off, I believe it's called a Spirit card, and it's just kind of like your own special pattern that you're going to make. But then what you're doing is you are just placing down your tokens and making these patterns, and then you're placing these cubes on top of them. I know there's a theme to it. I don't remember what the theme is. These are different types of habitats or something, and then maybe the cubes are the animals. Don't remember exactly. But you score a couple different ways. You score for all the cubes that you put on. So like this card here, if they make this pattern 5 times, they'll get 15 points. This one, if they make that pattern 3 times, they get 16 points. So what you'll do is you'll draft the little tokens from here. You'll place them somewhere, you'll draft a card, or you can do that vice versa. You can draft the card and then draft the tokens. And then you're just making out these patterns. When I first played the game, there wasn't tons of strategy going into it, but as I've been playing it more and more, you really look for those kind of cards that are going to really benefit working together, or the ones that you can see would do well scoring together. And just trying to lay them out in a way that most of your tokens hopefully have those little cubes on them. And then at the end of the game, you're scoring for your mountains. I forget how those score, but you're scoring for your forest also, which is like a brown and then a green on top of it. You're scoring for your amounts of blues that you have connecting to each other. And then you're also scoring for the reds on there. So a bunch of different ways to score. But overall, really fun game. Really enjoyed it. Multiplayer for Harmonies is very good. Solo mode scoring is confusing. You know, I haven't ever had to score it on my own because I've only played it here on Board Game Arena. So I can't... I don't know how the scoring is, in all honesty. Harmonies, I had 2 plays of Harmonies. Alright, up next, this is a new one for me. And this is Gnar. I got to play this one twice. I thought it was 3 times, but this one is twice. And I'm going to be honest, not 100% sure how the game plays. I know some of it. I know the basics of it, but I'm not 100% sure all the little intricacies of it. So what you have is a hand of cards. So again, we can't see their hands because we're spectators here. But you have a hand of cards. I want to say it's 3. So what you do on your turn is you play one of those cards. And when you play those cards, you will get whatever symbol you played. So you've got reputation, you've got recruit here, you have reputation, you have victory points, and then you have these bracelets. And so this is your reputation track. Not 100% sure what it does, but that's your reputation track. This is your victory points track, and it's whoever gets to 40 first is the winner of the game. And then you have your recruit, which allows you to get different cards. And then you have these bracelets, which allows you to... these, I believe, are exploration cards, I think is what they're called. So you put them over your boats, and if you trade in one bracelet, you will get these this column of symbols. If you do 2 bracelets, you'll get these 2 columns. 3 bracelets, you'll get all 3 columns. So this is just a very quick engine builder, tableau builder style game where you are just going to be playing a card. So let's say I play a purple card out onto my tableau. I would go up here to this purple one, and then that would make the red one come into my tableau. But if I had these recruits, I would then be able to pay 1 and go to one that's adjacent to it. So it's really interesting. It's got some really cool mechanics in there. It's one that I need to actually study a little bit more. But it is one that I will be showing Devin and Joe at BGG Spring. We always like to have a list of just games that we can play. Generally filler type games in between our heavy gaming sessions. So this is going to be one that's on my list. It's actually already on my list. So I just need to go through it and actually read all the little minutia in there and the little rules that I'm a little unsure of and the strategy. So that is Gnar, a fun little engine builder, tableau builder style game. Race to 40 points. 2 plays of Gnar. Ooh, up next. This is one I haven't played in a long time. This is Turing Machine. And you know what? Let's just actually pull it up and we can see if we can do a game of Turing Machine so that I can explain it while we're doing it here. This was actually one of my favorite games. I want to say it was 23 when it came out, 2023. But it's just a fun little deduction game. So what you're going to do is we're going to choose a code on here. And then we're going to test it with these verifiers. So we have 4 verifiers. So this first one, we're going to be testing that the yellow number compared to 3. So is the yellow number less than, equal to, or greater than 3? This one is which color is smaller than the others. So blue is smaller than both purple and yellow. Yellow is smaller than both purple and blue. And purple is smaller than yellow and blue. Here, there's more even numbers than there's odd. It's more odd than there's even. And then, does this number have triple numbers, double numbers, or no repetition, whatever? So what we'll do here is we're just going to pick a random number. We're going to test to see if yellow is less than 3. You know what, let's do this. We're going to test to see if blue is less than purple and yellow. Ooh, interesting. Okay. We're going to see if there's more odd or evens. Ooh, okay. Hold on. So we can only test 3 things. You know what? Let's do this. I'm feeling good with this. We're not going to be able to test all the things, but let's test to see if there is a number that repeats. So, come on. Okay. So it is not a double number because we have 2 2s, and that's telling me that it's not true. So we don't have a double number. So it's either a triple number or no repetition. Let's see if yellow is... Okay. So yellow is less than 3. And then let's see if there's more evens or odds. There is more evens than odds. Okay, interesting. So now we need another round. And so now we're just going to test another number. So we know that yellow is less than 3. We know that there's more evens than odd numbers. And we know that there's not a double number. So, more evens than odds. We could do... we want to see if... we want to see what number is the smallest. Let's try... Okay, so yellow is less than 3. I want to see if yellow is a smaller number. And let's go here. Let's see if there's no repetition. So let's check this one. Okay, so there is no repetition. And we're going to see if yellow is the smallest number. Yellow is not the smallest number. Okay. But yellow is less than 3, so that means there's got to be a 1. So you can choose up to 3 criteria cards. Let's just pass this now. So let's submit an answer. I don't know if I know it, but we've tested everything, and we think we've possibly got it. Ooh, we could have checked this a little bit more, but that's okay. Yellow is less than 3, but we know it's not the smallest, so it can't be 1. There needs to be 2 even numbers at least. There's more even numbers, and there's no repetition. So we're going to say something like this. If it's not this, it's got to be 4, 2, 1. So let's check it. Oh, it was incorrect. Too bad. It was 4, 2, 1. I was backwards. I should have done one more round where I checked if purple was smaller, but that's it. So that's really what I've been doing here for Turing Machine. I really like this one. It's a lot of fun. I think I have a playthrough of it on the channel that I did a while ago. But you can see it's about 4 or 5 minutes every game. I should have just done one more thing. Did the actual bot get it? Verifier incorrectly, can no longer guess. So you want to, in the solo mode, you want to do it faster than the bot does, and the bot usually does it in 5 verifiers in round 2, somewhere around there. So that was worth a shot. But that is a Turing Machine. Fun little deduction game, trying to figure out those numbers. It's like Wordle, but with numbers. I got to play that one 2 times. That was a lot of fun. I got to play Sky Team with Ian. We haven't played it in a long time. I honestly thought it wasn't going to be on the list this time because it had been so long since I played it with him. But we got to play Turing Machine or Sky Team. This is a co-op game where you're just rolling some dice and trying to place them out on different parts of this airline, of this airplane. You're the pilot and the co-pilot. You are trying to adjust the tilt of the wings. You're trying to adjust the speed of the engine, how fast it's going to go. The wheels, you're trying to drop them down. You're trying to control the flaps. And then this one, I don't know what map this is, but they're also leaking some kerosene, so you're trying to prevent the flow or the leaking of that as much as you can. So what you're trying to do is you need to clear these planes by placing dice up here. You need to try again to balance this out in order so that it doesn't over tilt, so that you're not running into the planes, and so that at the very end of the game you land at the destination and you have everything ready at the same time. So these people, they really do need to move 2 spaces. So down here they need to go fast on the engine. So they need to be up here around the 10. Here, they were started here. This person put a 3, this person put a 5. So it's 2 more to this direction. So that's how that happened there. And they did move twice, like I had said they wanted to. They got down one of that, and they're good. This is the final round. Really, all they need to do is to clear this plane, and then hopefully start getting some brakes deployed. But yeah, that is a Sky Team. It's a lot of fun. I forget what map Ian and I are on, but we've been playing through them all, going through them little by little. But it's a good one. A lot of fun. Teotihuacan. Michael, I think I played this one with you. I sure did. And you destroyed me. 191 to 138. So good job there, Michael. I will say, this game for me, I am extremely consistent with Teotihuacan. All of my scores, every time that I've played him, have been in the mid 130s. I want to say like 132 up to like 139. And I want to say I've played like 5 or 6 different times of this game, and that is just what I get every single time. Doesn't matter what strategy I'm doing, I can try different stuff. That is the score that I'm getting. So I need to figure out what else to do, I guess. But in Teotihuacan, you are traveling around this board, on the outside of this board, this kind of rondelle, and you are gathering either resources or spending resources. You have this temple in the middle that you are trying to build up, or this pyramid that you are building up. And then you have your actual dice, which signify the strength of your workers. And so the bigger pip value that you have, the stronger actions you generally have. And also, the more dice that you have at a specific section, the stronger your actions are that you have. So looking up here in this top corner, if you have 1 dice there, this is what you're going to get. If you have 2 dice there, but a 1 is the lowest pip value, you will get 1 wood. If you have 2 dice there and the lowest pip value is a 2 or a 3, then you will get 2 wood. If your lowest pip is a 4 or a 5, and you've got 2 dice, you'll get 2 cacao and a wood. So you'll be doing all these actions, moving around the board, paying stuff here again to build up this pyramid, this temple in the middle. Once your dice reach a level 6, because every time you move them, they're going to be increasing. Once they reach that level 6, they're going to ascend. And when they ascend, you get some special bonuses over here, either going up some type of track, getting some type of resource, or some type of victory points. And then you start all over again here at the center of the board, back to a level 1, and you continue playing. So the game plays over 3 rounds, cycles. So every time somebody does an action, this moves forward. Anytime anytime somebody ascends, this moves up. I forget the other times, but this will move up, and then whenever those 2 meet, an eclipse happens, and that signifies the end of the round. So it's a fun game. I really like it. Like I said, if anything, I'm just very consistent with it. And so, yeah, that's Teotihuacan. Need to get better at it. I think I had one play of that. At this point, every game... Yes, from this point on, all these games have been played once. Okay, so next we have River of Gold. This is a new to me one, and it was one that I really liked, and it's one that I want to play again soon so that I don't forget it. And let's see this one. Okay, first thing, and I don't want to sound complaining. I bet it looks amazing on the table. This is way too much board for Board Game Arena. It's huge. I need to like zoom out even more than where it's at. That doesn't really help either. There's just a lot of board, and then you have all these cards. So, as many of y'all know, I play a ton on my phone, so it's really hard to see on the phone. But what you're doing in this game, and again, I'm not 100% sure what you're doing in the game, but you have these boats out on this river, and you're going to be traveling to different destinations out here. Hey, Ian, and these destinations are going to give you some type of reward. So you start off with some base ones, and you get the reward that is closest to the river. So like this one is 2 influence in the region. And you can see here, I actually didn't see this during the first playthrough, but this is the region. It's this tree region, and that's here. So you'll get 2 influence on here. You'll see there are some like this one that have a reward on the outside as well. And that is the other action that you can do. You can actually build these locations out on this river. So when you build them, the person that goes there gets this reward, and you get this reward. You will also be getting some cards, and we won't be able to see the cards because we're not playing. Oh, I guess here they are. You can play these cards by delivering these items to this location. And when you do that, you get different bonuses. So you can gain reputation in one of those, the fish territories, place a clan marker there, pay 2 less in the fish, and then you get a victory point for your resources. So it's just a way to get more stuff throughout the game. These are the buildings that are available down there. And then once you make your way down to the bottom, you just go back up to the top and kind of keep on going from there. So it was a fun game. I really liked it. I do want to play it again just because, again, like I said, I wasn't 1,000% sure what I was doing. It was kind of hard to see on the little screen on the phone. But now that I understand it a bit more, it is a game that I definitely want to try out again. So that is River of Gold. Okay, up next we have Planet Unknown. It'd been a while since I've played Planet Unknown, and I wanted to try it out again. One second. Might be making some noise in next door. I think we're okay. Yeah, so it had been a while since I had played Planet Unknown. And this is just another polyomino tile placement game. Devin and I actually just recorded our top polyomino games. And this was one that made my list. Just because I think it's really good. So you have all these different shapes in this Lazy Susan. And you're just going to be placing them out on the planet. Whatever shape you put out there, it's going to make you go up some type of track. So you have 5 different tracks, 6 different terrains, but 5 of these tracks. And so what you'll do is you'll place it, and if it's this red one that you place, you'll get a rover, just like that one did, and you can pick up these comets. If you have these black ones, this is the civilization track here. and that gives you some cards that you can use abilities for. This blue one is the water track, and that one really doesn't give you any bonuses except for victory points. Your green one is your biomass, and anytime you make it up one of these things here, you get a little 1x1 square that you can place anywhere. The red one is the rover, and then this gray track, which is this token, will allow you to get different upgrades. Now, everybody's board and map is different, so your upgrades will be different than your opponent's. There is one where everybody plays the same. This one right here, the Universal Coalition, but there are other maps that are slightly different. This one right here. So this is the wormhole one. And so they've got different rules and stuff like that. So at the end of the game, how you score points is you want completed rows and columns without comments on them. So right now, this and this two are the only completed columns that this person has without any comments on it. And then this row right here is the only row on this one up here without anything on there. What I really like about this game is the Lazy Susan. You can choose which depot you want to grab stuff from, and then everybody else is stuck grabbing from the one that is facing them. So it can be really interesting on, are you getting a piece that you really need, or are you getting a piece that does okay for you, but it really hurts your opponent? So yeah, that is Planet Unknown. Really fun one. I got to play Let's Go to Japan. I had mentioned that I joined the Better Mood Games Discord server earlier this month, or last month, and their game of the month this one is Let's Go to Japan. So I got to hop into a game on that. Did not do so well on it, but that's okay. So this game, it's just another card drafting game where you're building out this tableau and you're just placing cards out on there, trying to match symbols, which will then help you bump up these tracks, which will give you victory points. And then you are trying to maximize scoring by the end of the game by having these symbols prior to when they score. So you'll have 3 cards on each day, and the last card will have these symbols there, and that's how you're going to be scoring them. So this is a good one. Plays really fast. I really like the passport expansion. Just adds again some asynchronous abilities on there. I think that's a word. That they have some, yeah, async. It's not async. Anyway, more than 200 plus solo games for me for Let's Go to Japan. Wow, Patrick, you are knocking them out of the park there. Now you might have an actual trip planned for Japan. That is a ton of games. So yeah, that's Let's Go to Japan. It's fun. I like it. Then we have It's a Wonderful World. I want to play this game in person more. I have this game. I really like this game. This is a 45-minute engine builder. Tableau engine builder. Drafting game, everything. It has all the mechanics that I want, and it plays in 45 minutes. I say engine builder that I want. This is my favorite engine builder. So what you're doing is you are drafting 7 cards, and you're going to do one of 2 things with it. You are either going to recycle those cards and get this resource here that's in the corner. So all of those resources are material, except for this one. That one is money. Or you are going to play those cards and try to construct them with those resources. Once everybody has their cards drafted, once you've decided what you're going to recycle, what you are going to build, you are then going to be placing resources on these spots here in order to build them out. You will then start producing these resources, and you go in this specific order. So you always produce material first, military, which is black, science, which is green, money, which is yellow, and then population, I think, is blue. I don't remember. So you'll see all of these have different abilities. So they're going to be producing 1 material, they're producing 2 material. This person built this card, so now they're going to produce 2 material. And then that gets placed immediately on the cards. So if you can get a card built before, like that person, before the blue actually produces, you will produce what is on there. So it's got this really cool, just kind of like decision space of like, where do I want to put these resources at? Do I want to put them on there now? Do I want to try to do it later? And then you're also looking for just ways to score. So this person, they score 3 points for every blue card that they have. So they want to get these 2 built because that gets them 6 victory points. This one is 2 points for every blue one. So if they can get both of those, that syncs up really well. Here you get different tokens. So this is 1 victory point for every one of these tokens that they get. This one is just worth 10 victory points straight up. It's a little bit harder to build, but that's it. This game plays in 4 rounds, and you just want to try to have as many cards as possible. You want to be as efficient as possible in building out your tableau because you don't want a ton of leftover resources. They do turn into wilds, but it's 5 to 1. So it's a lot of resources kind of wasted if you're just going that way. But yeah, this is a great one. Every time that I've played it on the table, I've really enjoyed it. It's not the best solo game, but it is a lot of fun multiplayer. All right, I got to play Parks. This was another, I'm not going to say a new game to me. The 2nd edition was new. There were a couple new rules on there, but I got to play this one, and it was good. I liked the actual the new changes to it. First of all, artwork looks great. I think it's great. I like the original one also, but this one's just as good. They changed this canteen. So for your canteens now, as you're going down the trailhead, on this spot, you can gain a canteen. And so what that is it's these little circles. And you place them on your canteen somewhere. So you can place 6 different icons on your canteen. So like this one is 2 suns, pay a resource to get a picture. And so what you'll do is as you're going down the trail, you will be picking up water and you can place it in your canteen and you can place it on that spot. And if you have these resources next to it, you will get those resources. Didn't realize the 2nd edition's on BGA. I don't need to buy since we have everything for the first one. Yeah, Ian, if you want to start up a game, I'll be more than happy to play it with you. So that's the biggest difference that I saw, at least. Looks like they're playing with the tent, which is the Nightfall expansion. I'm not sure what this is. I don't think we played with this part up here. And then, you've got the same kind of stuff. You can get to the end, you can reserve a park or visit a park, get the resources, take the first hiker token, which I'm guessing is like the camera token, maybe. I don't know exactly if it's the same thing. Photo bonus, player with the most photos receives 4 victory points. That's kind of like trails. It's like a little mixture of trails in there as well. Looks like it's only an alpha. Oh, Ian, I'll start a game with you then. I did not realize this was an alpha. But yeah, that is, it says it right up here. Oops. It says I agree not to share information about it. Forget everything that I said about that. Forgot that game was an alpha. My bad. Up next, we have Ticket to Ride. And I think, I don't remember which one I played. It was probably just base Ticket to Ride. Let me see. Ian, I played with you. Nope, we played Switzerland. Switzerland, I wonder if there's any maps for Switzerland available. Probably not. But the Ticket to Ride Switzerland, I really like it. I like it a little bit more than the base Ticket to Ride. I don't think I'm going to find one on here. There's one right there. Perfect. So on this one, the map is smaller. It's tighter. And you have similar cards, right? You're still trying to complete all the routes. But the difference here is your locomotive ones, your wilds, you can get more than one whenever you're drafting them. But that's what you want to use for the actual tunnels. And these are the tunnels, the ones that have the little notches on the side of it. I think they're tunnels. They might not be tunnels, but you want to use them on that. If you don't use them on that, you draw some cards and you might have to discard more. You might have to use more to do it. It's something along those lines. And then the other difference is for the city cards here, the destination cards, you could have that you're starting off, let's say here in Bern, and if you make it to France, anywhere in France, you get 3 victory points. But if you make it down here to Italy, you get 7 victory points. If you make it all the way up here to Germany, you get 10. If you make it over here to Austria, you get 15 or whatever it may be. So there's some differences like that in the actual routes, which I really enjoy. I think that's a good mechanic. And I don't know, on this one, I feel like you can just get more destination cards and it feels like you are completing more of them, or you can complete more of them in a shorter amount of time, or at least it feels like a shorter amount of time. But I like this one. This is probably my favorite version of Ticket to Ride that I've played. Okay, we're almost done here. We've got Fromage. I must have played this one right at the beginning of the month because I don't remember playing it. I said it before. It's not my favorite game to play on Board Game Arena, especially asynchronously, just because I think that this game needs to be played quickly. That is a big appeal to it. But you have these 4 different mini games. You have like a area control little map. You have a route builder out here. You have kind of sets that you're wanting to make. And then you have some resources that will give you extra stuff on your player boards. Last time I played it, I remember I was trying to see if I could just complete as many contracts as possible. And I think I completed, I wish I remembered. It was a lot of them. It was 7, 8, 9, I want to say like 10 or 11 of them. I had a bunch of points, but still didn't end up winning the game. And yeah, this is a good game that I don't think is the best on Board Game Arena. That's really what it comes down to. I feel like it's just a game that I just want to click with and then just go from there. Played at the beginning of the month with Mike and Rolling Reggie. Yes, that sounds right. Yeah, it's okay. Chong, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. Fromage. Now we have Sea Salt and Paper. I'm currently in a game of this right now, Ian, with you. Had 22 points off orders. Okay, so it was 6 was 10 points, and then it was 4 points for everything after that. So I guess it was 9 different orders that I put in. I think it was 6. I know 10 points was the most, and then 4 points after that. So 3 more than what the most was. Okay, Sea Salt and Paper. Currently in a game of this one. We played this one on our Board Game Arena night, and I think I like it. That's kind of where I'm at on this one. I think I like this game, but this suffers the same as Fromage for me. I think this is a game that needs to be played in person, and it needs to be played quickly. But what you're doing is you're drafting a card. You're either taking it from the discard pile or 2 from the top. And those cards all have different abilities. So, for example, the shell here, it's a type of set collection. So you want to, if you have that many shells, you get that many points. There's crab cards. Each crab card is worth 1 victory point. If you discard a pair of crabs, you can get another card from the discard pile. Boats, you can play 2 boats and get another turn. Fish, you can play those. You add the top card from the deck to your hand. So it's just all a bunch of different abilities that you're scoring victory points for. So then at the end, they're playing up to 70 points, which is crazy. I thought they would have... The games that we've played have been 35. But you're playing these cards, and once you get to 7, you can either end it and just end it right there, or you can call for last chance and give everybody another chance to try to get some more victory points to possibly win the round. So if you give one last chance, you score the amount of the points that you have in cards plus the color bonus. So let's say you have 4 light blue cards, you get 4 extra victory points. And then if you call just if you just end it, you don't score those color bonuses. And it's the first to 35, at least the 2 plays that I've been doing right now. And yeah, I think it's a good game. But like I said, I think it's just a game that would probably be better in person or real time. So, Sea Salt and Paper. Played it twice this month. Well, almost done. Almost done with one that's been going on for, I want to say, a week now at this point, if not more. 7 Wonders Duel. I challenged Steve again to see if I could finally beat him, and couldn't beat him. He had a science win on me. I don't know what it is. He's got my number on this game. I still love this game. But I told him right after, I was like, I wanted to see if I could beat you this time, and I couldn't. So in this game, what you're doing is you're drafting cards from this pyramid of cards here. And it's either going to give you a type of resource production. So that's this gray and this brown cards. It's going to give you possibly some more resource production, but you have to pay coins for it. But then this will actually increase your income whenever you're selling cards later. It might give you science symbols. So if you have 6 different symbols, you can win that on science, and that's how Steve beat me. Or it will give you military symbols, which is this track here. So if your military person makes it all the way to your side, you lose the game. You can discard the cards, buy them, or build them as wonders. And when you build them as wonders, you get either victory points, more resources, military, all sorts of stuff. Plays in 3 rounds, a lot of fun. I said it towards the end of last year, or maybe at the beginning of this year, I don't remember when. The Lord of the Rings version of this game, I think, is done very, very well. Because a lot of times this game will go to victory points. In the Lord of the Rings version, I feel like it barely will ever go to the victory points. And it just makes it a little bit tighter for that duel style game. But this is still hands down top 3, top 2 2-player only games. Really, really like 7 Wonders Duel. All right, got to play Framework. I believe we played this one together, Ian. Yeah, Ian and Mega Blue. And him and I were very close. I think we were like 1 turn away from who was going to win it. So in this game, this is a UE game. You have 22 tokens that you start with, maybe 24. And you're trying to complete tasks. And so these tasks are just color adjacencies. Now, adjacency works different in this game than in a lot of games. It's not just what's directly next to it. It has through adjacency. So, for example, this one right here, was 4 gray frames. So here is 2, 3, 4. 5 technically. So since they got that, they were able to put a token on top of that task. Right here, this is 6 green or gray. So you've got 1, 2, yeah, green or gray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that completed this one, and then they'll probably get the 12 one soon, right? So you're doing all these go through adjacency, which is a really cool mechanic for the game. You have this bag just full of these tiles. The first player will you draw one more, I believe, the number of players. I don't remember, but the first person gets 2. So yeah, it's got to be that. One person, they'll draw it, they'll pick whichever one they want, then the next person picks one, then the person that picked first gets to go again, and then just back and forth for the rest of the game. So really fun one. I really like it. It's a race in a way that, I like those racing games. It's not like a car, or not like, whatever. It's a racing game to complete as many tasks as possible, but it's a really good spatial puzzle as well of putting stuff where they need to go and making the best of them. So that is a framework. And finally, we'll finish up here with Castle Combo. Only got one play of this one. Want to play it again. This is another one that I will be taking to BGG-Con, or looking for at BGG Spring, to show the guys. Because this is just a really, it's another tableau builder, right? So you're going to have a 3x3 grid, and every card that you play gives you different abilities, right? So this one is 1 coin per blue shield of a neighbor, or you get 2 of these keys, a key per money bags. You get a discount on both gray and brown cards. So on your turn, what you'll do is you have this little person on a horse, and that's the row where you can buy stuff from. So you can buy it paying these coins up here. If you don't have coins, you flip it over, and you get to put this backside into your grid. And then this guy moves every round, so now the next person has to go from here. Now you can pay keys in order for this person to move, and then you have access to the other row. So you're just trying to make little synergies of the game. 1 per every red shield, so you want to get all the red shields. There's some cards that are like 1 for every missing color that you have, so you might want to go heavy on just these 2 colors instead of the other ones. 2 for every different shield in that column. So just a lot of different things that the game, you get better at it as you play more and more, just because you get more comfortable with those scoring conditions. But yeah, it's a fun one. Plays really quick. I like it a lot. That is a Castle Combo. And then that's it. That is all of the games that got played this month on Board Game Arena. A lot of good ones, a lot of ones that I want to play again. Like I said, Ian, I'll start up that game of Parks with you. Patrick, still very impressed that you got 200 plus solo games. And then Michael, let's get you up there, up from number 3 to a little bit higher, so that we can play more games. But yeah, that is it for the Arena review this month. Like I said, it was 22 different games, 49 plays of those games, 4 new ones. So let's try to get some more new ones. Ken, thank you for being here. Yes, Patrick, go ahead. If you are not part of our Discord, go ahead and join our Discord. That is here on the screen. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we will be doing a Board Game Arena night next Monday, April 21st, and we're going to be doing it at 8:30 p.m. Again, we don't know what games we'll be doing. Hey, Curvin. Not sure what games we'll be doing. It depends on who shows up and who is there. so that way we can figure out how many people to have a table for. But that's it right there. So we'll be doing that game night next Monday, the 21st at 8:30. So Patrick, hope you're available that day, and Ian and Michael and anybody else that wants to come join us on that night. Put it in your calendars, and we'll have some fun. So again, that is all that I have. I appreciate you guys being here. As always, remember to like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help. It helps our channel grow. I don't have the schedule for the rest of the week, but I will be holding it down. Tomorrow we've got Dice Throne, Deadpool versus Wolverine coming out. Can't promise that there's not any mistakes. There might be, but we're doing our best with that. But that is going live tomorrow. And then Friday I will be soloing Legacy of You, the one-shot scenario of it. So there won't be any spoilers or anything like that. And we'll see if I can fight off those barbarians and hold off Flood. So, again, that's all that I have. Appreciate you guys being here. See y'all on Friday.